Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Universary. Today I have a very special video for you of all positive cases. I loved putting this together. The first case is Grace Huerta versus Peter Stylberg before the Honorable Judge Brett Buckley in Thurston County, Washington. This is regarding a dog bite. There were some pictures shown during the case, not during the video, but in the case file, and there was approximately 8 bites, and some of them were fairly large, like quarter size or larger. All right, hope you enjoy.
Okay, you may be seated.
Gotcha, Dad.
I have read the pleadings that were filed in this case, and I want to make sure that Mr. Steelberg can hear me.
Yes,
Okay, and is it Steelberg or Stylberg?
Style.
style, yeah.
All right, I want to get it right. All right, so you'll let me know, Mr. Stylberg, if you can't hear me.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I have read what has been filed in this case, and I understand that there was an injury to Ms. Huerta's dog, medical bills resulting, or pardon me, to Ms. Huerta, as well as to a dog on a previous occasion. And Ms. Huerta's medical bills were, I believe, $21,479 as a result of this. And Ms. Huerta, you indicated in your statements that you provided to the court that it was Mr. Stylberg's dog that caused this injury to you, and on a previous occasion had seriously injured your dog, which you did not pursue any action on, but it made you cognizant that the dog at issue is a dog that Mr. Stylberg had out at the Steamboat Island fields.
That's correct.
Okay. Ms. Huerta, do you have anything more you would like to add?
No, that's it, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, just for the purpose of our record here, just make a very brief summary of how you came to have his contact with Mr. Stylberg's dog.
As I noted in my document, originally, ironically, had an encounter with Mr. Stylberg's dog about 3 years ago, walking at the Griffin Fields in Olympia, Washington, and Steamboat Island area. And we encountered, my partner and I encountered what I know now as Sadie, his Labrador, who got away, or was, I don't know if the dog was originally leashed, but got away from Mr. Stylberg, and aggressively attacked our dog. And at that time, and we were actually very concerned with Mr. Stylberg, because he fell quite violently actually on the trail when the dog, during this dog attack. We had 2 dogs leashed, and so as a result, one of our dogs was seriously injured. And at that time, we were able to get our dogs back in the car, but mostly we were very concerned with Mr. Stylberg. We helped him up. We checked to see if he was okay. He got control of his dog. We got our dogs back in the car, and we immediately went to emergency vet. At that time, we were able to get some information. We had to go back and find Mr. Stylberg so that we could get some contact information. He reluctantly gave it to us, but we got it. And we called him back to find out, could he help us with the vet bill at that time. He told us, he and his spouse, I believe, told us that they couldn't afford it. So, you know, we honored that they couldn't afford it. We took on that bill. Since then, we never returned to the Griffin Athletic Fields, thinking like, oh, we never want to have that happen again. So ironically, on March 5th of this year, we were like, hey, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to take those 2 dogs out and, and just do a quick lap. And ironically, just as we were leaving the park, I couldn't believe it, but there was Mr. Stylberg and the illustrious lab. Sadly, Sadie, who got away from Mr. Stylberg and immediately just charged us right as we were getting to the parking lot. And I couldn't believe it. I immediately just jumped to pick up my small dog and hold back my other dog. And the dog Sadie just went for my leg and just chewed my leg up. So it's been 3 months of having these injuries attended to, deep bites, and as a result, I've incurred a lot of medical bills, and that's where we stand right now.
All right, so the 21,000 plus that you indicate were medical bills, they were all related to treatment of the injuries you suffered in that attack?
Yes, the most recent attack, yes. And I'm still waiting, I'm still collecting them. I actually just made an addendum to the statement I provided online. I just got a bill just recently, last week.
Okay,
So we're
so,
thinking, I don't know how many more bills are going to come.
okay, but you understand that in pursuing this action in small claims, which has a $10,000 jurisdictional limit, you are essentially foregoing the ability to recover anything above that amount.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Stylberg, anything you'd like to say?
No. I'm sad that she went through that.
All right, thank you.
I love dogs.
I think we both share that, Mr. Schauberg.
As do I. And Ms. Huerta, the cost of you filing the claim, in this case, not the filing, but the service of the claim?
For the service of the processing, or total, that was 150. It's in the
Okay,
doc.
you paid that to a process server?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank
I think
you.
it's in it's in the evidence document, the receipt.
All right, in this case, Sadie, Mr. Stylberg's dog did cause injury unprovoked to Ms. Huerta. And as a result of that injury, Ms. Huerta suffered significant medical costs well in excess of the jurisdictional limit of $10,000 for a small claims court. No defense having been presented, I will find judgment for Ms. Huerta in the amount of $10,000 plus the filing fee and service fee for a total judgment of $10,200. And we will provide Mr. Stylberg a copy of this, and we will also send a copy to you, Ms. Huerta.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, thank you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Stylberg.
Thank you for these hearing aids.
Okay.
Oh, your necklace too. This.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Sorry, Grace.
Thank you.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. I really appreciated that Mr. Stylberg apologized to Miss Huerta on his way out of the courtroom. That just shows that he actually cares about what happened. Now, this next case is in front of Judge Webster in Kansas. We have Prairie Property LLC versus Brittany Shaw. And again, we see some excellent manners. I hope you enjoy.
Except Missy, this document gave me, for some reason, doesn't have the clerk's stamp on it. Looks like it's so teeny tiny, maybe up there in the right-hand corner that no one could read it. Do you want to give me the case number, Missy?
Yes, it's 24 LM 21.
Okay. I don't know how that clerk stamp got so micro small, but all right, we are, as I said, on the record in case number 24 LM 21 in the District Court of Greenwood County, Kansas, 13th Judicial District. This is entitled Prairie Property LLC Plaintiff versus Brittany Shaw Defendant. Plaintiff, Prairie Property LLC by Darren Rundle, owner, appears with counsel Karen McIlvain. Defendant Brittany Shaw appears in person and pro se. We're here on a petition for damages from tenancy of property at 215 East 7th, Eureka, Greenwood County, Kansas. The petition sets forth a lengthy list of damages following the defendant's vacating of the property on February 1st, 2024. Damage sought appears to be $4,452.40. Have I stated your claim in brief, Ms. McIlvaine?
Your Honor, the actual location of the property that was rented was 323 North Poplar, and that's in paragraph 3.
It is, yes. Thank you for pointing.
And okay, and otherwise, yes, the Prairie property is claiming $4,452.40 in damages plus any filing fees and service fees.
Okay. And that is still in Eureka, Greenwood County, Kansas. Ms. Shaw, do you consent to the judgment, or do you wish to, I didn't see a filed answer. Do you wish to object and have this set for evidentiary hearing?
No, I'm okay with it. Just initially, I couldn't afford the $900 deposit. And then when he switched it to $500, it was still a struggle because my paychecks have been ranging from about tentatively $430 to about $700, kind of depending, because we're scheduled for 40 hours a week, but we're in a slow time in work. I make $15 an hour. So they've been sending us home early. So some of those weeks I've only gotten 24 hours of work. So I agree to pay it. It was just hard to do that initial amount that he wanted because some of my paychecks weren't even that amount. And then of course I get paid bi-weekly. So I was okay with bi-weekly payments.
Well, you've got a copy of the petition, correct?
I have it. It's right here.
So you can see that it was after you left that they're alleging they discovered these damages that they're seeking. It looks like they're set forth in 5A through.
Yeah, I got those. And that's what I was saying. I was okay paying him and making payments back to that total amount. It was just hard with my paychecks when he requested more than my actual paycheck was, if that makes sense.
So, Your Honor, if I could interject here a little bit.
Yes, please.
They had reached an agreement where she agreed to the damage amount, and she was going to pay $500 to him, and that payment was going to start on April 4th. And then she didn't make the payment, and she's had no contact with him since then. So that's why we're here today. He's willing to accept payments, right, Darren?
Yes.
We would like to have the judgment entered and then, work out a payment plan. And if not that, we'd end up garnishing. So, but he's very reasonable and wanting to work through it.
That is correct. And that's completely immaturity on my level. That was even, I did fully because I thought 500 was going to work. And that was when I got like a $400 paycheck, and I kind of freaked out, and I'm like, I didn't know what else to do. But yes, I agree to that too as well. And I'm willing to work out something. Just, I couldn't afford that initial 900, and the 500 freaked me out once I actually saw my paycheck.
Very well. All right, then the agreed upon judgment will be in the amount of $4,452.40 plus the cost of filing fees and interest at the rate provided by law, and attorney fees to the extent provided by law, as well as such other relief as may be just and equitable. This judgment is granted in favor of Prairie Properties, LLC against Brittany Shaw. Ms. McIlvaine, if you will journalize that. And then Ms. Shaw, as she said, if you come to a payment plan and it doesn't work out for you, or even if you do and you don't stick to it, or if you don't come to a payment agreement, they will have enforcement powers, which do include garnishment. That could be your paycheck, your bank account, and so forth. So make sure you're mindful of that as you go forward trying to make your payments on this. Anything else, Ms. McElvain?
Do you have anything else, Darren?
No.
No, I think you've covered it. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Can I
And Ms. Shaw, you had something additionally?
Yeah, going forward, will that be like Ms. McElvain reaching out to me with a payment plan, or how does this work going forward?
Ms. McElvain, do you want to reach out to her or do you want her to contact you?
Well, I'm okay with her contacting Darren for the payment plan
Okay.
and then working it out, and then he'll let me know if it falls through.
Okay. So Ms. Shaw, contact
Okay.
Mr. Lindell, work it out. If you can't, he's going to be back to his attorney and she'll back probably for legal documents. Does that answer
Sounds
your
good.
question? Okay. All right. We are in recess then. You all are excused from these proceedings.
And for our final case today, we have Connor Advertising, represented by Mark Pratt, the president, versus BTD Holding, represented by Daniel Chilowich, who is a member. This is before the Honorable Judge Jeffrey Middleton. And we actually get to see some people accepting responsibility for what they've done or not done. I hope you enjoy. We also get a fabulous Middleton moment where he comments on the accessibility of billboards. Hope you enjoy.
There may be a way, Your Honor, to dial in. I'm on my phone only because I have an Apple computer and I'm not able to use this. I called the court today, actually.
Yes.
And I'm only able to do it on a Windows computer.
Well, I've done it on my Apple iPad quite often.
I think you can do
Mr.
that. Yeah.
Stop. Mr. Kemp, can you hear me? I think he's in the parking lot, is my point. All he needs to do is come into the building.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Are you Mark Ludeman?
I'm Matt Ludeman. That is correct.
Matt Ludeman. Which case are you here on, Mr. Ludeman?
With Superior Fence and Rail and Cassandra Burton.
All right, very good.
That's a different case, Your Honor. I'm actually on Connor Advertising.
Yes, I understand, Mr. Chilwich.
Oh.
I've got 5 cases going at the same time.
I'm sorry.
And I'm
Okay,
trying
I
to
apologize.
orchestrate all the cases.
Okay,
You're
I
just one of
apologize.
several cases that's set.
Very good.
And so I'm struggling with Mr. Kemp, and
Okay.
I'll get to you in due
No
time
problem.
here.
I've sat in court many times as a litigator.
All right, I'm not sure which one of these cases is the most or least complicated. I haven't had a small claims case in several weeks, and the clerk thought it would be a good idea to set 5 cases at the same time. All right, let's start with our Connor Advertising versus BTD Holdings. Let me get to this case. This is a claim for $7,000. Unpaid invoices for billboard advertising. Somebody told me that you couldn't get any billboard advertising because the dispensaries had taken up all the billboards. But let's see what we've got here. We've got Mark Pratt for Connor Advertising. Mr. Pratt, what's your position there?
So I am president of Connor Advertising. It's a single member LLC.
All right. And we've got Daniel Chilowich, BTD Holdings. What's your position there?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a member of the LLC.
Will you both please raise your right hand? Mr. Pratt, you sued for $7,000, which is the maximum under small claims at the current time. You're claiming that you have at least $7,000 of unpaid bills for billboard advertising. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I attached copies of the unpaid invoices as well as photographs and descriptions of the billboards involved. Let's see, the program ended. I canceled the program due to non-payment about a year ago, and I've been trying to work out. There's never any dispute as to delivery of service.
Well, let's
quality of
find
service.
out.
Okay.
Mr. Chilovich, what's your position here?
On the matter, my
Yes.
position, first of all, let me say this. Mr. Pratt and I have, I think, always had a very civil relationship. I had one question. I just got these documents from my manager of my store. I actually live in Florida, so I'm not there. I just had one question, and then I'll be able to answer that if it's okay to ask. I don't
Yes.
know when the billboards were taken down. I just wanted to, I couldn't find the information, and there's a reason I'm asking, but otherwise, this is a very straightforward matter.
When were the billboards taken down?
That was June 30th, 2023. And I believe one of the contracts had, we didn't renew.
Right.
And that was, so one of the billboards ended at the end of April. And then one ended at the end of June.
Okay.
And
That's
that was canceled due to non-payment.
okay.
And I would agree, Dan. We've had a good relationship, and I was hesitant to bring this to court.
I know.
We weren't able to work out any type of
Yeah,
payment.
and I regret it's nice to meet you first of all in person, and I regret that we're meeting under these circumstances. Your Honor, I don't dispute that this money is due. I can say that our business had a very difficult time. We're trying to get it back on its feet. We had a couple of issues. One of our partners had to be removed from the company, and we then went through a robbery, and it just became very, very difficult. What I had thought, and again, I just got these papers, I'd like to try and propose something. There was a time that we were trying to pay $1,000 a month. It's just not possible. So what I was gonna, and that's what happened. It just became very difficult. What I'd like to propose is either a settlement and compromise payable in 7 days, or a payment plan that I can suggest if Mr. Pratt is willing to, consider that. I do want to get it all paid.
I would
I'm
probably
sorry.
set the payment plan at $500 per month.
Okay, what I was going to suggest, if we can do it, was 333.33 a month for 12 months with a balloon payment of, I'm sorry. I think it was a balloon payment, 333.33 times 12. With a balloon payment in the 12th month of the 333.33 plus the balance of $4,000. So the whole amount, or I was going to suggest a settlement and compromise of $4,000 in full now within 7 days. And I'd leave that to Mr. Pratt if it, pleases the court.
Just Mr. Pratt, he's proposing a lump sum settlement of $4,000 within 7 days. If that's acceptable, I will record that. If it's not, he's proposing $333 per month for 12 months with a $4,000 balloon payment at the end of 12 months. That would be acceptable to the court. So which of those options would you prefer?
Can I counter, Your Honor?
Sure.
Okay. I would counter with a $6,000 settlement. The original amount was $7,800, so I'd already given up on the $800. So if Dan, if you're able to pay $6,000, we could be all done with it.
Okay, let's do that, Mark. Again, it's always been our intention to make the payment in full. It's not something, again, but I can do that, and let's try to resolve it and shake hands and
All
move
right,
on.
I will show $6,000,
Okay.
$83.50 in cost. Due within 7 days.
Yeah, well, I'll try to take care of it tomorrow, Mark.
7 days from
All right, thank
today
you, Dan. I
would
appreciate
be
it.
June 10th.
Can I just ask one question? Mark, do I
Yes.
have all of your information? Is it the same? I'm fairly certain we have it on our wire instructions. It's not going to be coming from BTD since BTD has no money in the bank. It'll come from another company, which I've always sent to you from that same one. But I just want to make sure I have the right information. Or if not, if I can contact you and get it, I'll check as soon as we get off this call.
I show PO Box 19771 Kalamazoo. I don't know
I'm
what
going to wire
other.
the money.
All right.
I'll wire the money.
I can put you in a breakout room and you can share that information to make sure you
Okay,
got
that's
it.
fine. If that's okay with you, Mark, that's fine.
All right, I'll put you both in a breakout room. When you're done, you can just go. Anyway, $6,000 due within 7 days, lump sum, $83.50. Show it as a consent. I'll put you both in the breakout room. Just click the button that says join. And did he already go?
Sorry.
I think he left already.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna put him in a breakout room with you, but he's not.
I
on
can,
my
I
screen.
can, I can send him an email. I mean, we have a very
All
good
right.
relationship,
All
so
right.
it's not a problem.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, we're doing all right.